Hello and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So already we have talked about the SGS page electrophoresis in detail. We studied the principle working and how exactly the gel looks like. What are the different staining techniques like Omasi, brilliant blue, silver staining, etc. and all we have already discussed in the previous lectures. So in this we are going to see certain MCQs which might help you to understand, and it will help you to judge yourself whether you really understood the SGS page or not. So let's begin our journey of the SGS page MCQ. So your first question is, when voltage V is applied across a pair of electrodes, that's both cathode and anode is there, a potential gradient E is created between the electrodes. So we can calculate E as what? So in the given question, if you see of all the options, you can see that the D is there, where D is the distance between the electrodes. Okay. Now, for this, the answer is your option A, where potential gradient is given as voltage upon the distance between the electrode. So here, the answer is E is equal to V by D. Now, the second question, the velocity V of a charged particles in an electric field in a medium can be mathematically expressed as V given as EQ upon F, where EQ and F are what? So here the direct answer is that first we are talking about the electrical force and F is the frictional coefficient. So please remember over here the answer is electrical force and where F is the frictional coefficient. So these are certain direct questions which you need to remember. There's nothing as such to understand. Now, for the separation of DNA by electrophoresis, which of the following method is commonly used? So we talked about the SGS page, which is actually the vertical electrophoresis. Okay, so vertical is the page in which we have discussed about the SGS page. Now, in the case of separation of DNA by electrophoresis, we use something called horizontal electrophoresis. So it is your horizontal electrophoresis for your DNA. Now, where we actually load your sample like this, and then it moves like this. So again, cathode and anode. Now, in this case also, DNA is your negatively charged, right? So as such, we don't add SGS to provide the negative charge of DNA. We all know that DNA itself has got its negative charge because of the phosphate group present in the backbone of the DNA. So again, it will move towards the anode. So the answer is agarose horizontal. Now, moving to the next question. Sodium dodecyl sulfate is used in SGS page is what? So if you remember the structure of the SGS and from the word itself sulfate, we know that it is SO4 3 minus. So it is your anionic detergent because it gives you the anion charge is present, your negative charge is present. So hence the answer is SGS is actually your anionic detergent. So the questions are very simple. It's just that you need to remember few basics concepts. Now the functions of beta mercaptoethanol in SGS page is dash. Now in this case, we remember that when we talked about BME, or it is also called 2-mercaptoethanol, or I have also mentioned about the DTT case also, DTT. So BME and DTT was used in order to reduce the disulfide bond, right? So what happens when it is reduced? It goes back to its thiol group of your cysteine amino acid, correct? So from here, reading the options, we know now that the function of beta mercaptoethanol in SGS page is to reduce the disulfide bonds in the protein. So wherever the disulfide bonds are there, let it be interdisulfide bond or intradisulfide bond, both will be reduced with the help of the BME. Now, next question. So the ratio velocity of molecule in a medium under constant electric field is called electrophoretic mobility, which is denoted as mu. So now mu can be represented as V upon E actually. Okay, so the answer over here is mu is equal to V upon E. So this also has been taught in the lecture. So if any doubt is there, please go back to the lecture and remember the ratios. Now, in electrophoresis, the electrophoretic mobility mu, it is determined by the characteristics of migration of different biomolecules. Which of the following is not having any influences on mu? So what is mu? Mu is your electrophoretic mobility, and the question asked is that which is not having any influence. So over here the answer is, let's see the options: stereochemistry of the molecule, size, shape, molecular weight, net charge of the molecule. So if you remember, all these are actually responsible to affect the migration of your protein, right? So all these are going to affect the migration of protein. What is not going to affect is the stereochemistry of the molecule. Hence, the answer over here is going to be your stereochemistry of molecule. It is not having any influence on the electrophoretic mobility. Now, electrophoresis is not used for the separation of, this is also very direct. So all these can be separated using electrophoresis except lipids. So here the answer is lipids. In SGS page of protein separation, one SGS molecule will bind to dash. So this many a times I have repeated in the class that one molecule of SGS will always bind to, one molecule of SGS will always bind to two amino acid residues. So this I have taught many a times in the class. So the answer is every two amino acids. Now in SGS page again, the migration of protein is affected by dash. So we know it is not the charge of the protein because all proteins are being negatively charged in the SGS page. Then the size of the protein, yes, it does affect. Then net effect of proteins, no, and all of these, no. So here the answer is the size of the proteins. In native page, the separation of protein is influenced by dash. Now, in this case, you need to understand is that the question asked is for your native page. It means what? No SGS is present, no BME is present. Okay. So, charge of the proteins and size of the proteins is there, then PI of the protein is there. Now, from here, the option D is the correct answer. Now, why? Because yes, in native page, when we are not adding SGS and BME, so the charge of the proteins is going to affect, and of course the size of the protein. So depending on these two, your native page works. Now, where native means that it is the original form of your protein. So the answer is both A and B. So it is affected, it is influenced by the charge of the protein as well as the size of the proteins. Now, the main advantage of this continuous buffer system in SGS and native page is dash. So what will be the answer over here? So we make this discontinuous buffer system, as I mentioned during the lecture of SGS page also, that it is helping in the correct resolution of the protein separation. So now keeping that thing in the mind, so what will be the answer over here? The options are conformations of protein is conserved. No, it is not conserved. You know that in the case of SGS page, it has been denatured. Constantly maintaining the charge of the proteins. No, it is not because of the buffer, but it is done by the SGS. So the negative charge is provided to all the proteins and it is not the function of the buffer. It assists in the migration of proteins. No. So the last option is enhance the resolution of separation. So here the answer is to enhance the resolution of separation. Now the pH of stacking, resolving gel and the tank buffer. So this, you don't have to do anything. Just remember that it is 6.8. Your stacking, resolving is 8.8 and then the buffer system is around your 8.3. So here the answer is 6.8, 8.8 and 8.3. So please remember, this is very important whenever you are making any gel. Now the next question, the percentage of SGS commonly used in the buffers of SGS page is, so usually whenever we study about this, we always say that the stock of SGS is always prepared as 10%. But when it is used inside the SGS page, it actually becomes 0.1%. So whenever the question is asked the percentage of SGS used in the buffers of SGS page, it is the answer is 0.1%. But when the stock is being prepared, it is the 10%. So please do not get confused. Moving on to the next question. The role of urea in page separation of DNA is to dash. So this is very obvious answer because urea is always used for the denaturation purpose. It is always used to denature either the protein or the DNA. So here also in this case, the answer is it helps to denature the DNA. The role of APS in SGS page is to dash. It acts as a catalyst in the polymerization of acrylamide. No, because we know the answer to this is actually timid. Now, it acts as a source of free radical, which is true. It acts as bridge between the acrylamide and bis acrylamide. No, because the polymers is found between the acrylamide and the bridging is done by the bis acrylamide. It acts as a pore builder in the polymerized gel. This makes no sense. So here the answer is it acts as a source of free radicals. So APS is used. The tracking dye used in SGS page will be, so again in this case it has to be the answer negatively charged. Why? Because we know that in the case of SGS page, everything, the SGS gives negative charge to all the proteins, right? Now we have studied why it is being done. It is being done because your SGS page is going to run from cathode and towards anode. So anode is your positively charged. So all your proteins as well as the tracking dye what we use over here, it has to be anionic in nature. So once it is negatively charged, what happens when it is run in the electrophoresis, it will move towards the anode, that is the positively charged. So hence the answer is anionic. Moving on to the next question, which of the following is used as a dye in SGS page of the proteins? So here actually usually we use bromophenol blue, but in some cases where you're working with these small proteins, like very small proteins, like less than 10 kilodaltons proteins, so in that case you're going to make your you are going to make the percentage of gel to be of higher concentration. So there you use actually xylene cyanol also. Orange G is also used, so actually the answer is all of these. Now, glycerol is added to protein samples because they are loaded to the walls of page. The function of glycerol is to dash. So here the answer is very simple. We add glycerol to your actually sample loading buffer. Now glycerol as such is nowhere used, but it is present in your sample loading buffer. Sample loading dye, actually not buffer, sample loading dye. So your dye is actually having the glycerol, it is having the BME and the bromophenol blue also, bromophenol blue. So all these are present on the sample dye. SGS is also present to denature the protein sample. Now once the sample loading dye is added to your sample protein, then it is heated around 95 degrees Celsius, then it is loaded. Now coming to the nature of all the components present, so we know that BME is present so that if any disulfide bond is present in the protein, it will break that. Then bromophenol blue is present so that you can track your electrophoresis so that you can understand when to stop the unit. SGS is present because it provides the negative charge to the proteins and also helps in denaturation. And then the glycerol is present. Now the answer to this question is that it provides density to the sample. So what happens is that when you load your sample onto the wells, just imagine that these are the wells, and when you're putting your sample onto this, if the glycerol is absent, there is a tendency that the sample will actually move out from the well. But if you have glycerol present, it directly goes into the well and it gets settled over there because it is providing density to the sample. It gets filled over here. If not, the glycerol is not present, the sample will come out of the well. So hence the answer is that it provides density to the sample. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Now to the next question. So for the better resolution of minor protein bands in SGS page, which of the following staining method is advised? So mainly normally in the daily routine lab we use Kumasi brilliant blue staining. That is your option A. But suppose you are talking about very small proteins and the concentration of the protein is very less, which you have loaded onto the SGS page, then the better option is silver staining. It can also detect the protein which is present in the less than microgram concentration also. So the answer is silver staining over here. So that's all for today. So this was the first part of SGS page MCQ. The next series will be also coming. The next part will be also there. So please keep watching this. Thank you for listening. If you really like the video, please share and subscribe. Share among your circle. Any comments and suggestions are there, it is well appreciated. And you can also write us on excelsior academy till 20 at gmail.com. Thank you.